What is up, everybody? It's me, RDV, and we're here with a full house tonight. Starting with Geekeasy here joining us, returning again. And then he may be annoyed, but he's still adored. It's Eric Breen. And he's out here.
He's still away from the microphone
I was
too.
gonna say,
I think he was away when I got here. So he must be. Oh, there he is.
He's just muted. He's a man of few words. And
few pictures, obviously, but you know.
Well, if he goes on camera all the time, people get used to that. So it's always a special occasion when he turns his camera on.
Yeah,
exactly.
I get that.
Yeah, it's understandable.
I'm in the same boat.
With Breen, he hasn't pushed you out yet.
No.
Oh.
Not yet. The night is still young.
You don't want to hear about the story that I was watching last. I watched that history thing about how they changed the laws of England. Back in it's a story of Richard Parker. If you're never heard of Richard Parker, based a story about these three men were supposed to sail from 4 men who sailed from England on a schooner and to the guy in Australia. The only way to get there is if they go down from England, go all the way past Cape Town, and go around over to Australia. But as soon as they got to Cape Town, they came across their little sailboat. They came across a hurricane, or basically pretty much hurricane winds. The boat sank, and they were stuck in this little dinghy with basically 2 cans of food and on the little watch, compass, for telling time where they're telling where the direction they're going. They killed the turtle. That stretched them a couple of days, but then they got the point where, basically, to make a long story short, cannibalism. One of the younger guy out of his name is Richard Parker, was the youngest of the crew. Drank seawater, got violently ill, and then died. And they got to the point where, in order to survive, they knew if they basically ate them. No. So when they got to England, they pleaded their case, and the judge basically sentenced that speak for cannibalism. Even though it was like everybody agrees, even the brother of the deceased said, that's what you do. So, but it was very popular though, as far as the people were, despite the judge saying no, and they changed the rules of England. So the reason I bring it up because that popped up on my history, thinking that's history. It's got the channel's called, and it's like, and I just had to click it and watch it, and Zach reminded me of that.
I love when I come onto a comic book stream and end up hearing a history lesson.
Well, it was Peter Parker. I mean, that's
Richard Parker.
Richard Parker.
So Peter Parker's dad.
Yeah. Melania, that's what I asked, and that's how Peter became an orphan, actually.
No, but and also another reason why I don't go sailing. All right, I got a few books today. Not a lot. Short week. Obviously, the Batman: A Long Halloween is not coming out until Saturday because Lunar said, "You fucking assholes! Don't you dare sell this till Batman Day on Saturday." And they sent 4 emails to one of my shops, 4 freaking separate emails saying, "Do not sell this. Do not sell this until Saturday."
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Lunar distributors.
Yeah, Lunar Press.
Lunar Press.
Or Luna Press or whatever. Lunar.
Lunar. Yeah, it's Lunar.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So I could not get Batman the Last Halloween, but I will say this: the prologue is available on the pirate sites, and I did read it, and it is phenomenal. Also, to learn that it actually was a reprint. So apparently it was released a couple years back, the collection. So it's not a new story, but to me it is, and it's freaking amazing. Tim Sale drew the interior, and Jeff Loeb did the writing on it, and the backstory, an interview with Jeff Loeb and Richard Starkings, and just talking about how much they really wanted to get this done, how to pay tribute to their fallen their brother. And I gotta say this, man, Klaus Janson is supposed to be on the 2nd issue, or at least I guess issue 1. Looks phenomenal, and I if you're not picking this up for whatever reason, you should be picking it up. But that's my little pitch for that. That's why it's not Wednesday. I agree. That was stupid. I came in on yesterday in the shop. I was like, really? I don't give a shit about when Batman was made. I don't care when Superman was made. You know, I don't want you to celebrate on that day. You know, I'm not celebrating a birthday. It's a fictional character. Just give me the book so I can read the book. You know, because how many people are going to go back to their shop on this twice a week? No, you go in once, you get what you need, and you leave. You don't go there every single day unless you work there. You know?
I'm 2 blocks away, so I can go. Yeah.
Oh, are we talking about comic book shit?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were talking about comics.
We've been talking about comic books.
You're talking about the comic book that you don't own. You're not talking about the ones that you own.
Still comics.
I was addressing Moroni's question, you dang bat. Gosh. Here, let me show it to you so you can see it. Jeez. You know, Zach, you're very ornery when you show up on time. Maybe you should show up.
No Bible study just makes you cranky, doesn't it?
That's what it is. Anyway, since Zach wants to talk about comics, he can show off his comics first. I'll let him do that.
Oh, you're going to be here for a while because I got a lot.
How many do you have?
I have 5 today, but then I got back issues 2 weeks ago that I never got to show. So,
right, well, I'll only do my little stories I have, and then you can go after me or whatever. I don't know how many geekies you have. A bunch too.
Ish. I got like 9, and then some back issues. Probably not as much as he has.
And
so.
Brain, do you have like a box?
Yeah, depending on how things go, I may not show anything.
Ooh. All right. I hope you feel better.
Oh, no. I've said if it goes on and on and on, if the game is still in doubt, I may opt to go watch the rest of the game, which I can only get on my computer. So it's.
That's right. It's Thursday. There's football on tonight.
Yeah, but there's no good teams. I mean, the Steelers aren't playing, so who cares?
Yes, his name was Richard, so they were eating dick. Thank you, Dave.
As long as it's not a bag full, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, it's the Patriots and the Jets. Nobody cares about that.
All right, I'll just go quickly go first, and then whoever wants to volunteer to go next can go. All right, I got my number 5 is Chitara. Very fun issue. I'm enjoying this series. A little spinoff from the main issue of Thundercats. It's a younger Chitara, and then you even get the young Tiger as well. No, not the Tiger from Marvel. This is the Gaia version. Panthro. They have Jaffa's in here too. Yeah, I think there's even a young, if I remember correctly, there's a young Lionel in there too as well. But like I said, if you're looking first, yeah, here's a young Lionel in the beginning. So basically, it's a prequel to the actual Thundercats show. So, but I like it. It's been really cool. It's being written by let's see here, Sue Lee, and the artist is Domenico Carbone. So, yeah, like I said, fun story. Number 4 for this week. You need to say more. It's a fun series, pays tribute to the actual cartoons. Every reference to the characters that show up in the cartoons tells you which episode to go read or watch that this character's from. Basically, it's a museum caper. We also get to learn more about Mona Lisa, the lizard. We learn here, because she's talking to the curator of the exhibit, that she used to be she's a student of archaeology until a pirate basically turned her into a giant lizard. So we get a little bit of her backstory in this.
Tough break.
I know, right? But yeah, honest, and also they're having. Well, here's the thing too. I mean, they're talking to the curator. She's actually Arab or Muslim, whatever. But they don't really go into that. Yeah, she wears the thing, but that's the closest they get to anything political, because it's Egyptian artifacts.
I think it's called a hijab.
I think so.
Hijab, whatever you call it, Yeah, so basically, yeah, she's like, she gives a little origin story. So, and then basically, what happens is this little heart statue. Every night, it gets someone takes it apart, but they're trying to reassemble it. And she has due to budget cuts, she has no security guards or whatever, so they have no idea who's doing it, why it's happening. Raphael destroyed one of Donatello's the machines, and for punishment, Splinter says he can't come with them. It's going to what was it called? Not Nea Tang's Endless Toppings pizza booth at a festival. They're all going to, so he can't go. He can't go, and he's upset because he can't go with them.
Tough break.
Even Splinter goes, gets a little goldfish hat on. They dress up and they leave. He's basically stuck there, and then Raphael gets called from Mona Lisa requesting his help. They come across the mummy in here. Turns out a long time ago that the mummy basically was exposed to like a mutagen that came through a portal that Shredder had. The turtles knocked out, and it cracked, and it fell on him and another guy, turning them into monsters. Meanwhile, the other turtles and Splinter are having pizza. They're in Brooklyn. But yeah, get a little origin story. It shows, they see this rift while they're walking in the desert. And the turtles are, So honestly, this was actually kind of fun. Here's the villain. The villain is like some kind of crocodile brain thing. And that guy turns into a bunch of bandages. Fun story. It is the first of a 2-part story because they couldn't stop this. Basically, he trapped the mummy guy, trapped this other guy, evil guy, into this device, and the pieces are naturally are bound and actually want to come back merge together. And if they're together for too long, forming this heart statue thing, it releases the villain, and that's basically what happens because Mona Lisa and Raphael distracted too long, so now the villain is free. So like I said, it's very fun. It's just actually good for the kids. If you're looking for kid books, you recommend this. Oh, Wolverine Deep Cut. Pretty much what it is. It's not deep dish, it's deep cut. It's Wolverine going against the Marauders after he finds out pretty much that the ones he's going against are, they're clones. Created by Sinister. And yeah, you go. The original Sabretooth wakes up in the middle of this. And those are actually so he gets out, but not before Wolverine basically destroys or pretty much murders. Once he realizes that they're not the real people, he just murders all of them. He don't care if they're clones. He just murders them.
As you do.
As you do. As Wolverine should be. Wolverine's a killer. He's the best at what he does, even though it's not very nice. Blah, blah, blah. And pretty much has have fun killing their own. Until Scrambler touches them again. Yeah, it's kind of gross. That's the second time he's done this in this series. And Wolverine decides to basically, I don't know how he does it, but he's able to move and fight while he's scrambled. So keep in mind, this is the Chris Claremont book. Is if it seems kind of corny, yeah, it's pretty brutal. At the end of this, he has to go against the real Marauders, who basically just came out of the thing. So, the real Sabretooth. Oh, also, if you thought that Spider-Girl or Spider-Boy couldn't get any worse, they're doing a Spider-Girl now. In issue 2.
I saw that, and I was like, nope, not even gonna bother.
It is ridiculous. It's like, at this point, why would anybody even bother to read most of the crap that's coming up by Marvel?
As you just talk about a Marvel book.
Dude, I said most of Marvel. I didn't say all. I didn't say all of Marvel. Jeez. Good. When you talk about Moon Knight, I'm gonna tell you, well, gee, you shouldn't be reading that. No. Number 2. Babs. Like Garth Ennis and Jason Burrow. This is phenomenal. I love this. I guess it's a wraparound cover, or at least it looks that way. It's just repeats. If you're wondering what this is, I had no idea at first. Until I realized it was a parody of Red Sonja, Hawk the Slayer, and basically any Mel Brooks movie you had in the early 90s. Robin Hood Men in Tights, if you want to go with that. And it's a satirical book because she has a talking sword that they basically berates her the whole entire time. She doesn't want to be a hero. She just wants to get coins so she can drink, or eat food, whatever. Her horse also talks too. Meanwhile, they got these orcs or trolls stuff that are pissed off because she basically kicked their ass the last issue. And they basically they're thinking like, oh, this is good. This group of knights just came into their town. We can use them, work together. And he thinks, and meanwhile, the other ones keep questioning him, and he's just basically surrounded by idiots. Meanwhile, because she was in the water. This is kind of funny because she was in the water. The guy, oh, excuse me, I didn't realize. I heard splashing, and then his wife shows up. Pretty much.
Is this a second issue of something?
This is the second issue, Babs.
Okay, yeah, because I got that's why I thought I saw it because I remember that I picked up the first one. I didn't recognize this was the second one.
Yeah, this is the first. Yeah, I got the first one right here. That's one of my back issues.
Yeah,
very fun series, dude. Man, it like I said, it's Garth Ennis basically does satire correctly. He makes pretty much the knights are pretty much the way he acts, just pretty much acting like Kamala Harris, telling them, "Oh, we're going to do everything for you and take care of you," and then you find out that the knight is actually like, well, it's Zach, it's a racist, and doesn't like the orcs, and doesn't want them in the town, thinks they're beneath them, and like I said, there's so many tropes in this book. It's fun. I love this. This is actually really cool. There's even a part here where she's traveling with this guy, and he keeps talking, and then she falls asleep on her horse, and he's so into himself that he thinks that she's become under some spell, and she's so happy when they finally part ways. That's it. There's a lot. It's a lot of comedy, a lot of stuff. She's gonna So basically, she decides that in this issue when she's gonna go make quick easy money. She's gonna break into this mine. That's usually the dwarves are using because it's a silver mine. She gets in there and finds out that basically the dwarves are gone. And like I said, it's pretty much just satire with the talking sword belittling her, telling her what she should do. The horse questioning her methods, and she's just basically like an opportunist. So. If you're looking for a Garth Ennis book other than Good Fury, and you like some comedy, you like some fantasy, this is the book you want to get. But it's not my number one for the week. Number one for the week is actually Kosher Mafia. Number 2. Very, very fun story. Getting more into what's his name? Straczynski tried to do with Captain America. Yeah, and yep. So, but he failed. But basically, these guys, they end up kidnapping a Russian, or not Russian, but Nazi sympathizer soldier. They want to get information out of him. They play good cop, bad cop. The guy who's the bookie here was kind of squeamish, and he basically tells like, "Hey, you touch me again, I'm gonna break your arm." We're in this together. This is what you want to do. Either we do this my way, or you leave, pretty much. And while they're talking, the other guy decides to go leave and check out because the guy, the German, told him where a meeting's going to happen between these, I guess, Italians and these other guys. I forgot what the group was. The Italians are meeting the Germans, and they're going to give them some guns. So the other big guy goes to leave to break that up. Meanwhile, he gets free by basically pulling a nail out of the chair, and cuts the rope. So while they're both basically getting this, the big guy is getting in the scrap. The little guy ends up being attacked by the German hostage after giving him water. Fight, and then he basically it's the big guy. The big guy, the enforcer, he's used to killing everybody, and he fucks up. He wasn't supposed to, do this. Someone he recognizes him, and so now they're gonna go after him. And the normal guy, who's the accountant guy, ends up actually pulling the trigger and killing somebody. And yeah, like I said at the end, it pretty much it's the reason the big guy messed up because he left the witness. He let a kid go. He couldn't kill a kid. The kid escaped through the sewer. So now there's witnesses, and then it still takes place in Cleveland, I guess. Fun stuff, I do. There was something he said in here. They're talking about here. He's like basically the big guy. I'm gonna call him Moose. I don't care what his name is, but he's the guy in the blue. He's talking to the guy. He's like Ephraim. Yeah, he's like, you look like a God-fearing young man. Tell me, do you know what the story of the Exodus from Egypt? And this was interesting to see too, because I never would expect anybody to even talk about this. And the guy's like, huh? He's like, oh, okay. Let me summarize for you. The way people most know it, God sends 10 plagues against the Egyptians to convince Pharaoh to release the Israelites from bondage. Pharaoh finally relents after the death of the firstborn, including his own son. Then he changes his mind and chases the Israelites. God parts the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to pass and then drowning the Egyptians. But Pharaoh's magicians proclaim the 10 plagues as the finger of God. And on the sea, it is written, Lord's mighty hand was brought bear against the Egyptians. Surely then, our sages pose it, the Egyptians were visited with 50 plagues upon the sea. Still no, says Rabbi Avica, it was 50 in Egypt and 250 on the sea. Why? Because with each plague, the Lord sent against the Egyptians 1 burning finger, 2 wrath, 3 fury, 4 trouble, and 5 messengers of evil. That's cool. I've never seen anybody cool like that. And tell a story, that's cool. Like, if you're not picking up this book, you're not interested in, let me know in the comment section below or in the chat. Like, I want to know if you guys are picking this up. This is very fun. And it's your Mad Cave. That's my top 5 for this week. But quickly, this also came out too. This was a new one. Came out was Walking Dead. Well, the latest issue 97 deluxe. So I got issues 2 and 3 of Sanction. Finally came in for my shop, so I'm lucky to get those because I do not see any inkling of a trade coming out. That's also through Mad Caves, another series you should be picking up if you're not. Went through the dollar bins, got me Fury.
Oh,
Number 3 with Robertson and Ennis and Palmati.
interesting.
Yep, back in the day. $2.99 was the price. And here's number 5. So, alrighty. Then I also have found this for the dollar bin. Hawk and Dove. Number 2. So this is Carl Kessel, and yeah, the Kessels actually, yeah. Okay, and then it says Jeweler and Hannah. But all right. So then I got something really cool too. I got 2 of them. And Breen, you probably have this. It's issue 381. Batman.
I do.
He has a goatee. I was like, I couldn't resist it.
The Thief of Night.
Is
Yep.
that his evil twin?
Well, yeah.
No.
I was just gonna say, if you're gonna go by the Star Trek theory, that is
Yeah.
his evil twin.
Yep. Then I saw something even cooler. Smash of the year. The blockbuster goes Batman.
Nice.
So it's a little beat up, but to me, it's worth it. Still, I love love that logo. I give this cover a ranking of 10. So
It's a pretty neat cover.
he's literally destroying the logo. and he's going against what looks like could be the Hulk. In uniform.
What is?
Blockbuster.
What
I,
is?
I know Blockbuster, but he looks like the way the purple pants are torn and everything. He looks like the Hulk getting ready to transform. Yeah, and the other one was the back issue of Babs. Like I said, this is a fun story. Everything about this. She's talking to her friend. They're telling stories about how they did each weekend at the bar drinking, and she's like, "Oh, I robbed the dragon. Smog, pretty much. Took his gold, gave him the finger, and then she's like, the next thing you know, I'm running over leprechauns, and they're saying Bagora, top of the morning, and she's just annihilating them. Very, very fun book. Like I said, if you're not checking out Babs, you should do yourself a favor and get this. Alrighty. And that's it for my books. Who wants to go next?
Go ahead, Geekeasy.
Alrighty then. Let me just.
I just noticed your little cape there.
Well, I told you there's no heat in my apartment. I mean, it's a blanket. But anyway, let's just take this off.
I needed a thermometer and like a little thing in your hat.
Yeah.
A little cup of tea.
The little hot bottle sitting over on the top of my. Okay. They had 3 free. You had a choice between some of the, free books there. I read the first page for the Joker World thing, and of course they don't know anything about Alaska, so they had Fairbanks International Airport, which there's no such thing.
Oh, that trade that came out, the Joker thing.
I didn't get the trade. I just got the.
There was one at it's anthology or something.
Yeah, but this is just a little page thing here. It's just a little
first part, great.
Preview.
The rest,
yeah, it was just a little preview, and
Okay, yeah.
Like they did the first 2 pages of him walking into the diner.
Like I said, they actually release everything that's supposed to come on Batman Day is really already released online. So I don't know why they wait.
They have the Joker World. They had that sitting right there. I just didn't want to get it.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't, I'm not a big, I didn't like Batman World, so I didn't think I was going to like Joker World. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, number 7, just because who's writing it? World's Finest, and it wasn't that good.
Oh, that's sad to hear.
I'm thinking about dropping it just because Breen's right on this whole thing. Number 6, and this was probably worse than the last one, so I should have put this the other way around. And the only reason I got it was because of the squirrel cover. Super Sun number 1. Absolute Power Super Sun number 1. It's him on the mascara getting purple machined back to health after he did, whatever. After he was Borgified or whatever. And he's texting his boyfriend the whole time like a little bitch. And then there's Lilith. Guess it's a new it's by Vault Comics. It's a new series. She is doing a modeling job, and the photographer is being kind of this obnoxious asshole, and so she sort of is responding aptly to him since she has to go apologize. Says she has to go apologize to keep her job. Kills him and then leaves and runs into a little girl. Did you ever see read the first Dynamite Vampirella? Sort of like that. This girl she runs a.
I read Vengeance of Vampirella, not the original Dynamite. No. I read, yeah.
But this girl has a cult bookshop that her parents left her, and so this is Vampirella. I guess she figures she can get back to where she's going with that thing. It's pretty good. Next is this. I haven't finished reading it yet, so I can't really say yay or nay. Number 3 is Incredible Hulk number 17. And they're finally running into who's the mother of all monsters or whatever it is. They're in Vegas and she gets trapped, pulls him in there. So it's this fighting Hulk for the the soul of the little girl, and it's getting kind of old. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be getting this series because they're drawing it out. I'm kind of spoiled after the Immortal Hulk. Number 2, Salmon Twitch Case Files. Number 6. Still a pretty good series. And number 1. So yes, RDV Viekman, someone is getting this.
Cool.
I thought it was on someone's recommendations. I thought it might have been Breen's or yours, but
Probably both of ours. We've both been talking about it.
yeah. So
just Zach will be the one getting it tonight.
yeah, I don't think I picked it up the day it came out, but after hearing about it from you guys, I went and picked it up, and it was great. So I have got that. That was real good. And then there was 2 that I'm not one. They're in with the new comics, but I don't know if they were trades or not. Well, this one isn't, but it's the 0 Hour 30th anniversary special, which was $10. So yeah. I'm gonna have to read that a little later.
I think there was a returning artist on there. I can't remember if there was, or if it was all new people.
And then I showed this to you a little bit ago. This was in with the new ones too, and it's the Graveyard Club. It is really good, and this was also. It says number 1, so it's pretty thick for a comic.
Might be a one shot.
Could be, but
it's R.L. Stein. R.L. Stein only does like the young adult books.
Actually,
So
I just sort of flipped to the last. Looks like the last pages. Looks like there might be more. So I don't know.
Well, how much did you pay for it?
$9.99.
Okay, well I can say hopefully, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. If there's still more, it's basically I treat it like God's Hickman. They're just giving you so much to go through.
Yeah, and it's I as you can see I haven't gotten very I've only about maybe part way through, but it's really good so far. I mean, I'm like at Stein, it's a kid's book, but it's not really. I mean, but then everyone was talking about the floppies on this, and so the trade came out, and I hadn't got the first one because it was too late, so I just decided to wait for the trade. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. I've got the trade, and I'll have to be looking into that. Hopefully it is as good as everybody says it is. But then I got a couple of I don't know if I picked these up at my LCS or the half price bookstore, but I got did I show this to you guys or not?
I didn't see it.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's
I know
based on a video game.
The game, yeah. So.
And then the Bloody Dozen. So I probably showed you guys this, but this I got Green Lantern, the War of the Green Lanterns hardback trade.
Nice.
Which is going to be really good. And I'm sure I have at least the Batman side of this, but DC Comics 0 year. And it's all, like, I guess, all the first few issues of everybody for year 0, the beginning of the new 52.
Yeah.
And then And I told you that I had that book that was going to be waiting for me when I got back from my parents.
Mhm.
Shock. It's from Aftershock. It's a bunch of stuff. Brian Azzarello, Mike Carey, Neil Gaiman, Marguerite Bennett, just a bunch of different story collections from.
Did you see Neil Gaiman or Neil Diamond? I heard Diamond.
I heard
I said
Diamond.
Gaiman. I said Gaiman.
Okay, I heard Neil Diamond.
But it
I
might
was
be
like,
Gaiman. It's probably
Sweet
Gaiman.
Caroline. There you go.
But yeah, I could just say creep because if you believe any of the stuff that he says that they say about him. But
What, Neil Diamond? Fake news.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, so I can't.
He's very mad because girls aren't throwing panties at them while they're up on stage. That's all it is. They're jealous.
No, I meant the writer, not Diamond.
Oh, the writer. Oh, Gaiman.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or Gaiman, whatever.
Yes. No, not.
Well, you have to believe all women. That's the rule now.
But yeah, true.
Whether they're trying to ruin your career under false allegations, you still have to believe them. But I don't know. They eat their own, so I really don't care.
And that seems to be it. I have a order from what is it? The comics, the trade in stock trades. They just processed it. Ought to be mailed within about a couple of days, and I think you'll like what I'm getting. But it'll be here in a couple of days, or hopefully by next week.
I guarantee you like the way you look.
Men's Warehouse.
All right,
that's it.
Zach.
All right. What's up? There I am. Hang on, I'm going back and forth between screens here. All right. Give me a start with the books I got this week, or because I did get books last week, but I wasn't here last week.
Well, do these books.
Let me start with this. Let me start with this week.
And then if they decide to tune out, at least they got the books this week.
Yeah.
And nobody
better tune out. I'm up here now. I'm just kidding. All right. Are these the 5 I got? Yes, I got 5 books this week. Actually, my comic purchase was under $20. I think I spent like $18 on comics.
Mine was under 200 because I didn't get the omnibus.
Under 200. First up, we have This is Superman issue number 18, the final Absolute Power tie-in for this series. Superman and Zatanna make it back from the Dark Roads, the map of Mordu, Magic Underworld. Really good dialogue here between Superman and Zatanna. Also, Superman, it's funny, he starts out the book complaining about how much he hates magic. And then by the end of the book, slight spoiler, if anyone's reading this and hasn't gotten to it yet, there's a slight spoiler where magic gets Superman and Zatanna back to the real world, and he gets to see Lois again. He's like, oh, never mind, I love magic now. But really, really neat stuff. I'm going to be glad for the next issue because that's when all the Doomsday stuff starts, and that's when Dan Mora comes in. This was not Jamal Campbell's best artwork in this one. I will say the art was kind of a letdown in this one for Jamal Campbell. I was kind of disappointed. But the story itself, not terrible. There's a lot in here. I'm not reading Absolute Power, so there's a lot of stuff. Like, I didn't know John Kent became a cyborg and attacked the Fortress of Solitude. They reference that in here.
Zach, but there's something you like about that Superman and Magic is Zatanna in that.
Yeah.
Super Adventures Annual number 1. They actually we just got recorded that this past week, and so young Clark Kent goes to train under Zatanna after seeing him at a magic show. Wants to know how he does it, and there's a whole thing of him just learning how to do magic. And throughout the book, you get to see glimpses of young Bruce Wayne hanging out with Zatanna. And
so that tracks. Yeah. It's kind of neat because there's like this whole thing because the map into the underworld, the dark magic underworld, it's supposed to draw magic off of whoever's down there, but because Zatanna's magic got taken away somehow from Amanda Waller, it draws off of her life force, and so there's this whole thing where like she gets on Superman because Superman says several times how much he hates magic, and she's like, "Dude, without magic, I don't really have anything else going on. Like Zatanna is my real name. It's not a code name. Like this is what I do."
How can magic be a superpower? She learned it, so that shouldn't be able to take it away from her though. That's
all the magic users had that happen though. All of the magic users,
probably
unless they were hiding out in like that magic bar.
Yeah.
They got.
Only I can think of it's like a video game. They stole away her mana.
Yeah. Next up, we have G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, issue number 310. Cobra Commander. There's Cobra Commander Cobra. There's the Serpenter Cobra zombies that are fighting against them. They have like a little Cobra civil war going on. And in the middle of it, there's the Joes, and then there's the Dreadnoks. And there's some interesting stuff here. First of all, I had to laugh. The very first page, especially given the news, a nice little town called Springfield. I was like, Ohio? What? With all the warfare and destruction, this is probably still a better Springfield.
How many cats were harmed in
There-
that book?
No cats.
No. Art, Ohio's Republican governor came out and said all of that is made up disinformation, and I'm really surprised he didn't end it by endorsing Kamala.
Wow, he should probably talk to his constituents.
Well, when we overthrow the
the Springfield City Council, they're all in on it. They're all denying all.
I would hate to be on the wrong side when we overthrow everybody and just turn it into a comrade nation.
But other than that, look, this is a fantastic issue. The action is going full speed. The Dreadnoks are attacking Cobra.
Bats?
No bats. There are no bats in this one. That's the Energon one. This is just straight up human troopers. So the Dreadnoks are going after after Cobra. Cobra turns around, shoots Baroness in the chest. She's almost dead. And so by the end of the issue, Destro finds out. And so now he's about to come to Springfield. So basically, every faction in the G.I. Joe universe here is about to converge and basically make a crater out of Springfield.
Okay, so, you said there's a Cobra war, right? Which side is Sylvester Stallone on?
This is not that Cobra.
Oh, okay.
This is not that Cobra. No.
Okay.
Wait, is that Cobra? You say Cobra Commander? Is that the?
There's Cobra. Yes. So there's Cobra led by Cobra Commander. Then there's other Cobra led by Serpentor Khan, who made like these cyborg mutant zombie hybrid Cobra troopers that are bulked up and roided out. And so there's a civil war between the two of them. And in the middle of that, G.I. Joe is like kind of surveilling on them. Like their ninja team went into Springfield.
It is Johnny Lawrence and Kreese fighting in Cobra.
Kinda. not really.
What the hell?
I don't know what that was.
That was me laughing because it was a great joke. I liked the reference. Yeah.
Anyway, in the other G.I. Joe universe, Destro number 4, great issue. This is Destro is really picking up speed for me.
I dropped it.
Dude, this was good. Oh, this was such a good issue. So
Dude with swagger.
Everyone thinks that Destro is dead. The two twins, Tomax and Zotar, I think I got their names wrong. But they think Destro is dead, so they're trying to move in and take his company over. Meanwhile, Destro is not dead. He actually has been conspiring, or he's seeking intelligence and trading intelligence with the U.S. military. So he's trying to find out some about his competition. He's given the U.S. some help, but then the U.S. is like, we can't believe that we did this. But this was actually really good. The art in here was all right. The art was serviceable. But the end of it, of course, this is where you'll come in. You would like this.
This is what I'll turn.
Tomax, they reveal that they have Cobra Commander, and that they're going to be partnering. He's going to be partnering with Mars.
This series overall peaks whenever Cobra Commander is in the issue for me.
Actually, as good as this issue was, the best part was the very end where they give you like 3 or 4 preview pages of the G.I. Joe ongoing from Williamson.
Yeah.
That was a really cool, because they're all like free falling and skydiving. It's really, really cool. Really great little sequence there. So yeah, Destro, top notch. Next up,
hold on. It says I think Brian Sanders says thinking of picking up the GI Joe comics. Honestly, I haven't bought any other comics other than ones from Angleton. Well, these are, like I said, if you have read any of the Marvel ones, what he's not the one that cover commander, but the one he showed American Hero. I think that's a continuation of Larry Hama's he wrote for Marvel, right?
GI Joe Real American Hero is still Larry Hama. So that's the same one that was coming from IDW and I think even Marvel before that. That's a continuation.
Yeah. So like I said,
the Destro is brand new, kind of different universe, very different from all of that.
It's more like the 80s cartoon, but more violent.
Ish, yeah.
That's what it sounds, because that's basically what Transformers has become. Yeah.
Well, Transformers is caught up. It's in the same universe.
No, yeah, I'm just saying it's the 80s. That's what G.I.
Yeah.
Joe is. It's the 80s in this, supposedly. So
this book, I know nobody else got, which is disappointing because this was a fantastic first issue.
I know it's Daniel Warren Johnson, drawn by
Ronnie Rossmo. The moon is following us, dude.
Horrible art. And I opened up and I said no.
That is not the correct opinion. The art in here is after reading this and getting a glimpse of the world, Riley Rossmo is the logical sense for the artist in this. This was fantastic. First of all, it hits the emotional heartstring beats, family beats that Daniel Warren Johnson does perfectly. That carries over into this book. But then the world, because Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rossmo are both doing the art. And I was kind of curious how they do it, and I get it now. I understand what they're going for. Riley Rossmo's part in this is great. Dude, the art in this is actually really, really cool. I don't want to give too much away. I might wait a little bit before that, because this is really, I think people should go out and buy this and see it with fresh eyes. But it's a great story. I love this first issue. I'm going to highly recommend this one. If you're not even a Rossmo fan, this is not in the real world. This is not like, oh, these people have beanheads. When you read the book, it will make sense.
I will back up on this. Daniel Warren Johnson is a phenomenal writer. However, there's only so much bad art I can take before it starts affecting the book for me.
But if you know about the setting, because it's not in the real world. It's not like Sandman or Harley Quinn where it's like they're supposed to be normal humans and stuff. It's like Wonderland, or it's like a fantasy world. No, it's not Fortnite, but it's like it's a fantasy world. So the art makes sense. This is fantastic, though. Y'all should go check this out. It
should
great.
Be a material world.
It's great. Daniel Warren Johnson, he had like a little letter at the end talking about how he and Rossmo had a blast making this. It's awesome. Book number 1 of the week for me. I disagree with Geekeasy's opinion on this. This is World's Finest number 31. Turds can still write. This was a great. Normally, I don't like the first issues of the storylines. Normally, they're kind of just so-so for me. This one was really good, though. This was a great first part of this Eclipso storyline. The art is not Dan Mora, which is kind of a turnoff for me. There are some pages where the art looks great. There are other pages where it doesn't. But great Eclipso storyline here where he shows up, possesses half the Justice League. The satellite gets blown up. The Justice League satellite gets blown up, and then the Justice Society comes in at the end, and they're gonna come in, I guess, in the next issue and save the Justice League. So really, really great first issue. Really enjoyed it. I like Eclipso. He's one of my favorite DC villains. So it's cool seeing him in this. Very, very good. Very well done. Even for a turd named Wade, it was.
So, Marania, I gotta disagree as far as Doomsday should say dead and forgotten.
No.
Oh, I will say I agree and disagree on that, because Return of Superman or the Death of Superman, they just had 30th anniversary last year, I think it was, with Dan Jurgens. You brought back Brett Breeding,
yes,
and all those guys. There was a really good story with that. If you have good storytelling, you actually think that you can do that's not something that's been done before, sure, do it. But like I said, it is very tricky, because with the new current writers, sometimes in the editorial they want to change characters, and it just gets stupid. So I'm curious to see what's
really excited, because they had that Doomsday special. I think it was last year.
Yeah, that's part of the 30th
the Doomsday
anniversary.
special that came out. It was separate, but it was
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. And like he's trapped in hell and trying to get out of hell.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Well,
really looking forward to
so
Doomsday coming back. I'm looking forward.
who's writing it again?
Josh Williamson.
Josh Williamson.
Josh Williamson, because he's still on Superman. So.
All right. Like I said, I'll take a gander. I mean, like I said, it's not a big deal if it sucks because guess what? I'm not highly invested in it, so it's not. It's not going to ruin DC. DC's already in flames.
No, there's
3 years, we'll find out that he's from a planet full of doomsday oats, and everybody will have a doomsday oat, and it'll take over everybody, and there'll be a race of doomsday oats, and it'll be a haul in doomsday oats.
Why can't for doomsday killing Doomsday the one thing that Darkseid could never do. So why can't we
have a crossover? That's the Marvel DC crossover I want. I want Venom and Doomsday.
Can't top a battle where both combatants kill each other literally. I'm sorry, I said they did a Doomsday story, a 3-parter Prestige thing in like 1995. The story last year was interesting because the guy had a piece that had busted off of him, and it changed him, but it wasn't truly Doomsday.
No.
I don't want to see, like I said, I don't want to see the Council of Doomsday Oats. And that's what we're going to get.
And
you can't help it. There's going to be an Amanda Waller oat.
And if you say it's a Harlem Doomsday oat, is it with or without the lawsuit? I know. Is it with or without the lawsuit?
Well, the Hall's Day doesn't get along with Oats Day Oat. So
you beat me to it. I was about to make a Hall and Oats joke. Man. All right.
All I'm gonna say is that I wouldn't be shocked with Darkseid or somebody else makes his own clone army of Doomsdays once he figures out that pretty much Justice League can't do shit against him. But
all right.
And then we'll find out he's got a son.
Oh my gosh.
And hey, if he has a son and a family, and then one of the Doomsdays is wearing a dress, I'm all for it. Go ahead, be out and proud.
All right.
And Superman has to basically concede because he can't beat up a gay person.
He can lie though. That was part of the new Superman. The new Superman has to make a deal with Neron, and he's like, Neron says, "What? All right."
I was gonna say, unless it's Jonathan Kent, and you have gay versus gay, and then it cancels out, and everybody's happy.
All right, I'm going to last week's books quickly. I did pick up Ultimate Black Panther #8. I actually read. I took 2 hours and read all of these books today, so they're all still fresh in my brain.
It's Greg's son of Doomsday.
This was one of the more interesting issues. I am leaning closer to dropping this title though. Because I think Ultimate Black Panther is going to be part of the Ultimates anyway. So, in this issue, basically, T'Challa gets the ability to control vibranium like Magneto.
Zach, don't quit the book.
But I will say, I said that, but then I remember at the end of it, they talk about the Ultimate Sorcerer Supreme. So I kind of want to see where that goes. Also, did you hear about the new Ultimate Nick Fury?
No.
He's white. He's original Nick Fury. It's not, and it's also not Shield. It's Hand. Like Hand is the name of the secret organization. So I'm very curious about that.
So if you're not reading the Hickman's book, and then you're missing out on probably the only thing good coming out of Marvel. And then if you have the books,
but other than Moon Knight.
That's ending.
But they got the next volume. Yeah, God dog it, Marvel, stop doing this crap.
Well, at least when he gets a Doomsday oat, so that's what they do.
Well, no.
It's a Khonshu oat. That's what it is. A Khonshu oat.
In the new one, he's gonna have Moon Knight Jr. and they're gonna fight crime together.
Yeah, it's Tiger's son, probably, right?
Yeah.
No, this was This was actually a pretty cool issue. Khonshu goes to Mark Spector and he says, "You have to kill the guy who was impersonating you." And so Moon Knight does, but he does it in a sneaky way that Khonshu doesn't really like, killing the Shroud who was impersonating him. It was a good issue. I enjoyed it. All of Jed McKay's Moon Knight issues are great.
Kill the Shroud.
But he didn't. But he kind of did, but he didn't. It's tricky.
He took the costume, killed
He
it.
took the
and then-
costume, nailed it up on the bar with no name, said, "Stay out of my territory" to all the thugs, and then didn't actually kill the Shroud.
What's up, Art by Trendy? Do you have a Black Widow comic? Not this week. I don't have.
No, I do not. I do have Uncanny X-Men #2 though. I got the Rogue punching Godzilla cover.
Nice.
That's a great cover. This is not bad. I read 1 or 2 issues of the regular X-Men by Jed McKay. This is far better. I like the way Rogue and Gambit are written together. There's some fun stuff going on here. The art is really good as well.
Are they making Godzilla gay in this one?
No, Godzilla's not in the book. I don't know why he's on the cover. But
anyway, I'll just get back to this. This is the Jed McKay run, right?
No, this is Gail Simone.
This is Gail Simone. Okay, so
Jed McKay is the one with Cyclops.
Okay, I couldn't remember which was running because I actually did like the first one. I read through it.
Yeah.
It wasn't completely bad.
Yeah.
I like the Rogue, Wolverine, and Gambit, the side story, and that's all I really needed.
Rogue, Gambit, Wolverine, Jubilee shows up in this issue. They are hiding out in Louisiana, so I'm a little biased. But then they're approached by these 4 New Mutant kids.
Was it near St. Was it?
No, it was not near St. No, it was actually like in a bayou.
Oh.
But no, they're approached by these 4 kids who think they're the hot stuff, and they get put in their place by the X-Men pretty quickly. It's interesting. I kind of like where they're going. Right now, the Xavier School actually has been taken over, and it's kind of being turned into like a mutant prison camp, kind of.
Oh, nice.
So it's interesting. Yeah, they showed Siren as one of the prisoners in there right now. They brought up Charles Xavier a few times, meeting this woman, this blonde British woman.
So
I didn't get her full name from.
So
this
how is this tied to Krakoa?
It's not. There's no mention of Krakoa. Actually, no. I take that back. Somebody did mention Krakoa in here, but
darn them. Can we just move on for Krakoa?
They did mention Krakoa. I think it's when Siren was being interrogated. Something about Krakoa.
Where are the shirts saying "I survived Krakoa"?
Yeah, she's asking. This woman is interrogating Siren, asking if she's seen or if she knows where Professor X is. And she's like, "Have you sensed his presence since Krakoa in your mind?" That's pretty much the only mention of it, though. But yeah, it's been great. Jubilee, like I said, Jubilee shows up in here. I think Nightcrawler will show up again in the next issue. So it's been fun.
Nice.
Green Lantern #15. This is the issue, by the way, that I've been wanting. This was the Hal and Wally team-up issue because Jeremy Adams wrote a great Wally West. So seeing him team up with Hal as they fly bat planes and motorcycles together was a lot of Batwolf go boom and shoots Batmobiles like missiles. This is a fun. And Hal and Carol reunite. They're back together. The Sorrow Lantern, I'm still kind of on the fence about. I kind of like the concept of it. I'm waiting to see how it pans out.
Best part, Dove.
Dove, yeah, I figured you would like Dove. When you mentioned Hawk and Dove earlier, I was like, oh, I wonder if Pinkman read this. Art by Trinity, I tend to lean more DC. I do like some Marvels, though.
Zach, go watch last week's.
Oh yeah, speaking of last week and things you told me to notice and be on the lookout for, Geiger #6 slapped.
Best boy.
Wow, this wolf is the best boy.
Best boys. Technically, it's 2 brothers.
Best boys is 2 dogs. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, this was a phenomenal issue. If you're not reading Geiger, this is a top notch issue. I don't want to get into it in case. Well, you all probably read it last week.
No, we spoiled the heck out of it.
You spoiled it, man. Let me tell you, that dog got his mojo back, and the Nuclear Knight gets a zebra puppy, a zebra foal.
Zigzag.
I love it. It's great. Jeff Johns. Oh, you're good. Finally, issue from last week, Transformers issue #12. I got mad, and then I got relieved, and then I got shocked. Like, so many emotions from this book. Daniel Warren Johnson, what on earth? Optimus Prime did, like, anybody see Game of Thrones where that giant guy basically crushes Pedro Pascal's head? That's basically what Optimus Prime does in this book. It was phenomenal and also shocking. But great issue of Transformers. Okay. That's the recent books. I have back issues. There was a back issue sale at my comic shop last week that I got to go to, and it was like $1 an issue. Nice. So I got some fun stuff here. I got some. found some Agents of Atlas for my collection. I'm trying to fill this collection out, so I got the last 3 issues.
I was gonna say how many are actually from like the last 2 years are dollar issues.
No. Actually, no. You'd be surprised. They had in stock. They had several. Flash, Jeremy Adams' Flash was in there. Some Tom King Wonder Womans were in there.
Walking Dead.
I didn't see any Walking Deads.
My shop had all those for like $1 because nobody wants them.
Didn't see any Walking Deads. They actually have a ton of Micronauts and Robotech. That's a second part. This is all part of the Terror of the Jade Claw story. But these are the final 3 issues of Agents of Atlas by Jeff Parker.
Nice.
Yes, I really love this team.
Brother Richard.
Also found... It all comes full circle. I found some more for my collection for Avengers Academy. So I'm trying to fill out this collection.
Dan Slott's a writer. Christos Gage.
Dan Slott's better protege. Christos Gage. Mike McCone doing the art also.
Scared Straight. Is this the one with Jonathan Kent in it? Where they're... Oh, never mind.
No. We got White Tiger shows up in this.
Ooh.
Some of this was Avengers versus X-Men crossovers. But this was a great run. If you like teenage superheroes, Avengers
It's got a giant man. It's got a dinosaur.
It's got Tigra. Tigra when she wore the bikini.
Was that when he was a Skrull?
After.
Okay.
Because Tigra goes through like some PTSD about it.
Yeah.
Geekeasy. Avengers Academy was at its core a coming out story for 2 gay characters.
It actually was.
Hulk killing an English?
No, not Hulkling. It was a Lightning kid and then one of the Power Pack kids.
Yeah, the Julie Power.
Oh, one of the Power Pack. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my friend Jerry had a letter, back and forth with Chris Gage that was printed.
Mm-hmm.
I edited Jerry to keep him from going completely insane. But that's I said this before. Chris Gage was very respectful, so
he was. I actually read through some of those letter sections. I probably read the one that your friend wrote, but Justice League Europe here,
Jerry Garcia,
where they have Starros, where like Flash and Power Girl are possessed by Starro, elongated man up there. I found several Justice League Europes actually. I'm really psyched.
Well, the ones that Giffen had and DeMatteis, they had anything that they were on was still part of the Bwahaha stuff.
Well, this is Giffen and Jones.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if this is in the
Bwahaha area, story is the last Bwahaha story.
This one, it looks like a Bwahaha.
It transitions into Justice League becoming, unfortunately, just another superhero book.
Yeah. Yeah, Power Girl shows up in this very weird red, white, and blue costume.
The headband. Always headband.
The headband, yeah. Alas, poor Kara.
Hey, it's one of the Milli Vanilli brothers, right?
Yeah, he's got some head.
And then this one where Hal comes back with his best Reed Richards impersonation.
No, with the hair like that, you know what it reminds you of? Robert Redford from Civil War.
Oh, a little bit, right? Also, it's not Giffen though. It's Gerald Jones, Ron Randall, but it had Hal Jordan. So
Gerard Jones is not the one that's in jail.
I was gonna say, if you want him to sign that, you won't find him in the show, but you can find him in Stir.
Now this one I found. Actually, you talked about Aftershock a little earlier. I found this indie. I found 3 issues of this indie series, and it grabbed my attention. I need to read it. One of the artist names stuck out to me. This is called Rough Riders. And Gabe Al-Taib, he used to do Superman, I think. But he, was artist on this series. It's Teddy Roosevelt and a bunch of these historical figures. It has this very cool, like, steampunk sci-fi look to it. Houdini, Andy Oakley, Thomas Edison. So I'm gonna check this out because this looks
he's
really,
the guy
really cool.
that Mark Brooks accused.
Wait, Rough Riders isn't
yeah,
that
yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, isn't that a hip hop song?
No, Rough Riders is a group that Teddy Roosevelt led.
I'm thinking of Regulators.
So I found issue number 1 and issue number 6. So
and
I'm
what
going to
was
be
the
doing
accusations that you were talking about a second ago? I didn't hear.
What?
Breen said someone made some accusations about something.
The artist. he quit DC over how gay everything was becoming, and then he went to he hooked up with Ethan for a bit. But while that was going on, he went to, I think he went to a show and he took a picture of Mark Brooks' empty booth, and Brooks said that was terrorism and was trying to get him kicked out of the show. And yeah, because I said
Which artist was this?
Yeah.
Gabe
Altaib.
That's how you pronounce that.
I'll take this guy.
All right, now I'm gonna go buy everything he's done.
I'm about to say I'm actually so this is a different volume. I think this is like volume 3. It's called Ride or Die, where they're all like I guess they're all zombies. But yeah, I want to check out the series. I want to find more out about it because it looks like some really cool historical sci-fi fiction.
How come zombie Teddy Roosevelt looks like Commissioner Gordon?
Hey, look, there's Barbara Gordon right next to Annie Oakley, who looks like Barbara. So
It sort of reminds me of an ulterior version of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
kinda, a little bit. I could see that. Also picked up some Secret Six, the Gail Simone's best book in my opinion. I know a lot of people like her Birds of Prey, but
that one may not be because that's Twitter Gail.
this is the one with Dale Eaglesham doing.
Yeah,
the art.
but still, like I said, the one she did right before the New 52 started. That's the one to get.
Okay.
I haven't read this, but Gail. Yeah, I said post Twitter. Gail, I haven't liked anything she's done.
MK, he said booth, not food. Where are you getting food from? Mark Brooks had an empty table at his booth, no one showing up, so he just took a picture of it. And Mark's got salty because it made him look like the truth, that no one gives a crap about him. Like,
we found
unfortunately, some of these artists are divas. That's just the way it is. So anyway,
and you know what we have against Dale Eaglesham.
Well, this what do we have against Dale Eaglesham?
He's very anti Power Girls boob window. He
Oh,
made it the size of a dime.
Okay, then we can't have that.
I read some revisionist, like it sounded like some revisionist crap. There was an interview somebody was doing. It was like on DC Comics website talking about Power Girl, and somebody was like, "Is there any truth to this thing about Wally Wood?" And they were like, "No, that was just an inside joke. He didn't actually do that." I was like, that sounds like some revisionist comic book history.
Yeah, well, maybe
it's like Vince Gilligan saying there's nothing, he didn't do anything.
That may or may not be true.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I mean, if but are you going to take the time to put the issues next to each other to see if it did get any bigger? I like the story. It's like a fish story. I don't need the truth. The lie will be fine.
Got a few Jeff Johns Teen Titans issues to fill out the collection a little bit.
Also,
where Beast Boy loses his power.
As far as Art was asking, on the panel, basically, what do we prefer, Marvel, DC? If you would ask me back, which decade it goes by for me, I like 60s, 70s Marvel. When you get to like the late 80s and the 2000s, I like DC.
I love this cover.
But nowadays, I am very selective in Marvel and DC books because I don't like what they've done to the characters, how they retcon everything to the point where it's just not the character I grew up reading. I've gone more indie stuff, and a lot of us have. Just like Zach's falling asleep there, you see thinking about Man in the Box. He used to like Doctor Who, but he doesn't anymore.
Oh, I still like Doctor Who. I actually might go watch an episode. If I come back in an hour, will you still be talking?
You know what? You're very rude. There's people in the chat. A new guy here.
That question was 10 minutes ago. I responded to it in the chat.
I let you talk for about 15 minutes.
Because I'm the one showing off the books. When you show off the books, you get to talk.
And when Zach's showing off the books, you get to talk.
Sorry, it's to touch a nerve there, buddy. And you think you're working too hard.
Well, I'm gonna come right out and say, funnier Venkman is more sensitive Venkman. They're sitting on those pins and needles, son.
What's that?
Let Zach talk. We may not see him again for 6 weeks.
That's true. Who knows? Right. I go with the wind.
As you were.
No.
Anyway,
random issue.
I was thinking.
I apologize. you continue showing off the books that you bought, and you talk about them. You tell us how much you love them and how much you can't wait to read them. And then you come back 6 weeks from now, and you tell us what you thought of these books.
Even an indestructible man can die. Actually, I really like Steel, so I need to find more of these issues.
Well, it shouldn't take long. There's only 5.
Random issue. I just saw this and I thought I'd pick it up. It was a Young Allies book from Heroes Reborn. So I thought it looked kind of cool. It's got that 90s look to it. And then I found a Green Hornet issue. I didn't have issue number 22 of the Kevin Smith run. And then there's even more. I got my books from Ease Auctions. They finally came in. So we got first issue of Abnett and Lanning, Guardians of the Galaxy. Hey, there's that Pelletier guy. I've heard of him.
Mm.
He's
Oh,
doing
Pelletier?
Yeah, he's doing the G.I. Joe until Chris Mooneyham comes back. So we got issue number 1, issue number 2. By the way, if you really are interested in Guardians of the Galaxy, these books were read somewhat professionally on this channel.
And continued without you.
This is the best deal anybody's ever got at Aaron's auction.
For real. Absolutely.
Jesus, jumping Jehoshaphat.
I
And
know.
his pride wouldn't let him admit that he didn't look him up.
And I didn't get, I don't think I actually got them for the $1 sticker that's on there. I think I probably paid a little bit more, but still.
Not much, I remember.
Not much. Yeah.
What's the price they're going for now?
Oh, there's about...
Number 1 is
remember,
probably...
Zach, we talked about it. Zach even said to Egas, these are worth more. But I said, but that would be admitting him having to admit that he didn't look him up.
Yeah.
Goes, no, I do it.
Yeah.
Which he may have, but he could have done a lot better. So,
Yeah.
Worked out great for Zach.
Worked out really well for me. Yeah,
like $10 an issue?
No, it's like $10
Dude,
for all of them, just about.
Yeah. I think I might have paid $20 for the lot, which is, I mean, the first issue. My LCS is selling the first issue, and it's like $75.
Yeah.
So
I bought the trades because I figured there's no way in hell I'll get them back.
We got Fantastic Four issue 234.
Who is the Hulk?
What is Gamora? Why is Gamora?
That is a very John Byrne story.
I have the first John Byrne Fantastic Four Omni.
I saw that. That's at my shop too. A giant Omni of Byrne Fantastic Four. I thought about picking it up. This is Ego the Living Planet.
I might get that John Romita Senior art thing. Almost his work.
One more for the Indiana Jones collection.
Nice.
Dr. Henry Jones Jr.
It's not called Indiana Jones. It's called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's called Further Adventures of Indiana Jones. Or are you talking about the movie?
The movie.
There you go. Featuring the heroes.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There you go.
Yeah.
Final issue.
Finally.
Defenders number 73. Featuring Hellcat, Valkyrie, Nighthawk, Hulk, and this guy with a flaming sword.
You know what she's thinking about?
I
can't wait to go take advantage of Tony Stark.
Hellcat? Oh, Hellcat.
Yeah.
Now, I know I said finally, but there actually is one other thing that I'm very excited about. I finally pulled the trigger. It was on sale, actually, so it worked out really well. But I finally got a omnibus, the first omnibus of the New Warriors, collecting all of these issues. You probably didn't show a bunch of them really, really well, but there's some spectacular. That's a lot of Bagley.
You know what New Warriors I want?
These New Warriors.
I want them to do a trade of that one that they didn't release just to see how bad and awful.
This is all you need. This is all you need. That's all.
Alrighty.
So yeah, there's some X Factor and some spectacular Spider-Man crossover and stuff in here, but I'm jazzed about this.
Show us a bunch of the interiors. I just fired up a smoky treat, so I gotta kill a few minutes.
Sure. We gotta cover right here. Some of these we may have seen at Ease Auction.
Do you know that's a homage?
A homage
to the Fantastic Four issue that introduced Black Bolt.
Brandon,
I thought you said you quit.
Brandon, yeah, when are we cutting back on your treats? You're gonna have too many treats during these readings and these streams.
When the mood hits me.
Let me see. Where's a good?
Like a
where's
big
a good
pizza
page?
pie. That's
A pizza pie? I want a pizza pie. We got some bad guys here. I think these are the eco-terrorist guys. Plant Man, yeah.
Disinfect.
yeah. Art. We have a lot of back our stories in our backlogs. We've been doing the Batman and the Outsiders. Been doing that. We did Batman Year One, Batman the Long Halloween. We just started doing Batman Dark Victory. So if you're looking for that, Wonder Woman, we already mentioned we did start. A lot of Fantastic Four, a lot of Amazing Spider-Man,
Speaking of the Fantastic Four,
X-Men. Yeah, so
The Thing with Vance Astro.
Yeah.
The best Speedball.
be
The
warned
best
though.
guy.
I'll
Also,
just
he's
say,
wearing a Three Stooges shirt. That's kind of cool. Just say Mo.
I'll just say, be warned though. We do ham up a lot of the readings, so if you're expecting a serious reading, Batman Year One's probably the only one on the channel.
The cat has thought bubbles. His cat has thought bubbles. That's all I have to say.
You'd like
need a
the
reason.
Babs book then, because the horse talks and the sword, so is the sword and everything, and it's really cool.
Yeah. So this is great. I got. I'm gonna have to. I started to read it. I haven't finished it yet. I've had it for a while. But we got Rage shows up in here. The 13-year-old kid who gets the body of a 30-year-old. He's fighting Captain America. You got Falcon.
Thanks for the sub, Art.
So, yeah, good
Zach?
stuff. Yes.
Someone's asking you a question.
Oh, do you know the name of Speedball's cat? It's not Streaky, because I think that's Supergirl's
Is it Speedy?
cat. No, it's not Speedy. Oh, and I used to know this too because it was part of they featured it in the Pet Avengers.
Haitian barbecue.
Haitian. No, this is in New York City, not Springfield.
Oh,
New York City.
Oh,
I let
and
y'all
Zach,
have
by
that
the way,
one.
Tigra is in a swimsuit in the new Moon Knight series. By the way,
No, she's in a one piece. Anyway, this cover. But speaking of swimsuits, there's some Namorita
Speaking of One Piece, they have the
and some Firestar also.
My shop always has a note that says we are sold out of One Piece books because they're flying out the new issues.
Good, as it should be, as they should be.
Well, that sucks for the people who can't read it though. So that encourages people to go online and read it then.
Buy faster. Was it Hairball? Interesting. I forgot it was Hairball. I thought it was something else.
No.
Okay. Anyway,
One Piece bathing suits. I want to have them bring who's a Moondragon back just to see what they do with her outfit.
I do not want to see Moondragon.
Isn't she
by the
bald?
way? Yeah, she's the bald one. She's also Drax's daughter, I believe. Or no,
Yep.
That's somebody. Yeah. Floating heads. These are legit floating heads. Not corner box heads. These are legit. Where is it at? There it is. Legit floating heads. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. I'm done.
Do you need some alone time with the book?
I do. I really do. I need some alone time with Namorita.
And a cigarette.
As the camera zooms on the guy in the lower corner.
Sorry, I lose track of which way to go left and right on this. You do have some pretty cool Spider-Man.
Hey, you go whichever way you want.
And so you're starting the one with a big dick shot. Thanks. You know.
Whoa. Can we just
Richard shot.
Nightwing's not in here. This is DC.
Anyway, Breen, do you have any books to show tonight?
New books. The only thing I said, I got Kosher Mafia, and it was very good.
How about we close it out with you showing off some books? All right, Paul.
Oh, I suppose.
That way he can turn his camera off and mute his mic, and he can just get his shoes out.
Why don't superheroes have? This is a pretty clever advertisement. It's about anti-acne medication. New Warriors book. That's pretty great.
Now the new one's called Pfizer.
Oh, yikes! But true.
Yeah, they went from the anti-acne, the just say no, to just take it and shut up.
Just take it and shut up.
I did also pick this up again, and This was the first one that had a decent story of the 3 that I've read so
Hey,
far.
you're telling me that.
Ah.
That's good.
Yeah, the first story. I mean, it wasn't great.
Was it
But
Condon?
No, one Condon's was I already forgot what it was about.
That makes me scared because like if it
Oh, is that good?
because I'll never you can't trust a writer without an artist. Then yeah, there's no really point for me.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's just I said the first
mid.
This is close to a recommend as I can give any of the 5 of the so-called EC titles.
Mm-hmm.
And then picked up the latest Shudder.
Ooh, that's right. That's the one that made Ronnie say, "My eyes."
Yeah, this was kind of mid too.
That's not good. That's more expensive. That's like $10.
7, but yeah.
Jeez.
So anyway, went to a show in Dayton, and I'll just show some of the stuff I picked up there. This will probably take a couple weeks to show off, so we'll do these tonight. So,
Ooh, nice.
$3.96. Oh, and just keep Jeff from not enough. I redid all my records before I went up there because I was tired of not knowing what I had.
Yep.
And I made grids for magazines. So I said, by God, I'm going to get a magazine just so I can, fill in something. And this will look familiar to Jeff.
Oh, that's that. That's nice.
I'm clipping that soundbite.
I don't want to hear that soundbite ever again.
for what? For what? Oh.
No, please don't. That's terrible.
That was a good book. Sorry.
Man.
It was half off. It had 20 on it, so I got it for 10.
Nice.
Here's Supergirl number 3.
Oh, neat.
This is a book I thought I had.
Oh.
Adventures number 10.
That's cool.
Saw this recently.
Zach, you don't get to make noises like that if you make fun of mine.
I'm not making repetitive noises.
It's Avengers 21.
21.
First Power Man.
That's even worse than his infamous outfit.
No, that's Wonder Man.
Wow.
This is the Power Man Zach likes.
I like regular, but I like Luke Cage.
There's 193. Jump pretty far into the Stern run here with 268.
Captain Stern.
269. This was valuable for about 10 minutes.
Nice.
They still had the price on this. It was $10 more than it books for now, but it was half off, so I just basically got it regular price. 270.
Neat.
Won't be normal.
And I now have Avengers 88 through 402 again.
Wow.
And I only need one of the series that Busick started. Here's Cap 306.
So I mean, if Jocasta ever shows up in the MCU, you're rich.
I have Fantastic 494 and Agatha all along just started. I'm not rich, so. But that book went up to $7.50.
Wow.
Mine's not quite. Mine's in like $7.50 shape.
I was going to say $7.50 is in the explanation. The
nice.
After the zero, right?
Oh, very cool.
That is nice.
Whenever Spider-Man crosses over with another character, it's always a good story.
Yeah, unfortunately, 16 is kind of cost prohibitive, but this was $20.
Romita Sr. did the interior on it, right?
Yes, they put him on this because they were doing a Spider-Man crossover. They put him on this to see how he would do with Spider-Man because I think they had an inkling of what was coming.
Yep.
Now, I sort of like Romita Senior, but anyone not like Junior?
I like Junior.
Not anymore. I mean, I like his older stuff. And speaking of, I said I had Spider-Man 39 in my hand. I was going to get it. and it was only $50, but someone had colored some of the stuff on the cover, and they colored. They there was pen marks on Peter Parker's face, and that was kind of a deal breaker for
Did
me.
they give him a mustache?
They didn't like draw mustaches on, but they just kind of like outlined it, and it was too obvious that it had been marked up, so I couldn't bring myself to get him.
Yeah, I hear you.
Here's Defenders
Ooh.
33.
Nice.
Now you got my attention.
Now here's
As if
well,
I
my-
wasn't here before.
all-time favorite covers.
Zach, you're still here? Oh,
Ooh.
floating heads.
This reprints the lead story from Spider-Man Annual number 2.
Okay,
The first
cool. Okay.
meeting between Doctor Strange and
I was going to say
Spider-Man.
there wasn't that many crossover stories that I remember in the early years.
Yeah, I said I really, really like that story.
Is that? I was going to say, is that the one with Flash Thompson?
Dormammu.
Ooh, Governor of the Mystic Arts.
Yes. There's Fantastic Four 133.
Ooh, nice.
Thundra.
Guest artist in this issue, Ramona Fredone.
Wow.
If I knew that, I'd forgotten. And Joe Sinat inks it, so you really can't tell it's her, but it's kind of cool to see that she did an issue of that.
So your powers are that's not good.
And well, he overpowered everybody. FF 164.
It's Quasar.
I think I might have that one.
Is that Squadron Supreme?
No.
No, that's Quasar.
Quasar.
It was Marvel Boy. They called him Crusader, and he dies at the end of the storyline. And Wendell Vaughn ends up with the power bands.
So he's not Quasar.
Okay. No, he was Marvel Boy from the 50s.
Okay.
But that's that's what ended up, being part of Quasar.
Yeah.
Here's Hulk 257.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Here's a McFarlane issue of Hulk.
Do you have the issue Fantasy 4 with Johnny sleeping with a pug?
No.
Oh, shame.
Here's Iron Man 137.
Cool.
It was even cooler, so I got it for $1.
Nice.
Marvel Premiere number 2.
Nice. Biker Mice from Mars. Oh wait, he's on a dragon.
You got these up at a con?
Yes. Here's issue 19. Significant for it being the first appearance of Colleen Wing.
How long were you guys at the con?
About 3 hours.
That's neat.
I guess time flies if you're having fun.
Yeah.
Or you had to wait in line.
No, it's these are no guests. It's all comics. It's just $5 to get in. You are.
Oh, that's nice.
It
that's
takes
cool.
like 2 minutes to get from the car to the show. So it's perfect
honest,
for me.
It's like going to car shows up by me. You pay like $5 to park and that's it, and you're in.
There's giant size Governor of Kung Fu.
Nice.
I don't have many of the issues, but I have all 4 giant size now. And
the one I want to get the giant size of. That's nice.
Hey, look at Tony Stark on that cover.
Hello,
they all look
nurse.
like Tony Stark.
Howard Stark.
Howard, excuse me.
It's Power Man Iron Fist 51.
Nice.
Very cool.
Claremont actually was still writing. I thought he left after 50 because I know Byrne did, but here's one that's I got for about 8% what it's worth in mint. This is the last page is the second appearance of the Punisher.
You're killing me. I haven't seen the Mysterio books.
You're not going to. It's also my first Tarantula for anybody that cares.
Yeah.
And here's another book that I thought I had.
Nice.
Ahead.
159.
They're battling over Aunt May, right?
Not this time.
Okay, not this time.
Here's Peter Parker 25.
Yes.
There's Peter Parker 31.
Yes.
Starro?
Zach forgot apparently.
Oh no, I remember.
There's Submarine and Aaron and Aaron and Aaron and Aaron and Aaron and Aaron are 54.
And a mermaid.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
There's Thor 144.
Nice.
What's that?
A microphone.
There's
Snowball.
Thor 376 winding down the Simonson run.
With
He'd
his
already
beard.
quit drawing as Sal Buscema was the artist by then.
That's a giant Crusher Creel.
Yeah.
It is.
But speaking of Simonson art, this is written by the wife, drawn by the husband.
Oh, neat.
Oh, nice. I always love it when they show in the cartoons. I don't know if they done it in the comic books, but Crusher Creel touches Mjolnir and then he absorbs the power.
Here's X-Men Annual number 8. This was a whopping $2.
Wow.
Is that a Ramita Jr. cover?
No, it's Steve Lealoha cover, and I think he did the interiors also.
Because it's very blocky.
Here's 189.
Hey.
I was inspired by you, Venkman. I had to go get some X people.
Seeing
I
that?
used to have that one. I was
Justin Trudeau calls him.
Colin Gath, I guess it is?
Yes. And then I grabbed a couple of 1998 annuals. There's Fantastic Four. Great story.
Heads.
He somehow ends up in a different multiverse where everything is just slightly different, but it's what would have happened had it was time. It was like Gasoline Alley in the comics. If you get that reference, they aged in real time.
Huh.
So the world he landed on, they made the space flight in 1961, but it was 1998 in the story.
You know what's cool
So
about that?
Franklin's married with the kid, and
People who say 90s books sucks for Marvel. There you go.
listen, they're right and wrong, because once the Image deal, got resolved and they went back, Marvel put writers on their core titles again, which was something they'd gotten away from on a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
And they put Wade back on Captain America, who had come off a great run and picked up where he left off. They had Claremont doing Fantastic Four. They had Busiek doing Avengers and Iron Man. They put I can't remember who was on Thor, but Thor they really did relaunch with some great stuff.
It was in Tafalco, was it?
No, it wasn't, because he'd had a gigantic run already. Here's the Iron Man and Captain America.
I never would have thought hearing that Claremont did Fantastic Four in the 90s. Because,
he did he did
I thought he
more
left
episodes
after the
issues than
X-Men
I
thing.
thought.
Yeah, I thought he left after X-Men.
No.
He's a Jim Lee.
A few more. Here's Action Comics 501. Very
Nice.
heavy on the Marvel on this show.
Bidding starts when Marnie says go.
There's
Oh, man. More Metalman. Nice.
I picked up 195, so I now have, I think, from like 78 through 200 on Brave and the Bold.
That's awesome. He's trying to push a button, and then that's as cool as the other guy having the button in his living room.
Yeah. And for tonight, last but not least, saving the best for last.
me.
Nice.
Tender love stories.
Number 1.
Is that the one you're reading?
That's what I get the other night. I ordered this off of eBay.
Nice.
And I did not find a single romance comic at that show. We're driving home. Jerry goes, "Yeah, I saw some." I said, "Thanks for telling me, asshole."
Hey, Breen, are you familiar with the British comedy group,
Monty Python?
Monty Python?
Have a good night, Art.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up, and thank you for subscribing.
A line, still not dead yet, or not dead yet, something like that. A skit, have they done that?
No.
I don't know, but you're killing it, though.
No, I'm just sorry. I was just thinking. He was saying he was traveling. That made me think about last week when I was down in Seattle. My father was wearing a shirt that says "Not dead yet," and it was a Monty Python reference, and so that's why I was asking.
No, but yeah, so I've got about this many, maybe a little bit more that I haven't read yet. These are all the ones that I've read and bagged and boarded. So the rest of them are sitting here. But yeah, I mean, I got like this like a quick preview. I think this was half off at $9. So this was $4.50.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Hold
I
on.
mean, it's not in good shape, but
I
I
know.
don't care. Look,
Still.
Zach, floating heads.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Is he holding the Trapster?
No, but I can't remember who it's told. But I know it's not Trapster. But
Oh, he says bring out. Oh, yeah, okay. Ronnie
Thanks,
says bring. Monty Python Holy Grail says bring out your dead. I'm not dead yet. That they made because they made fun of that. Joe Biden come out. He's like, I got one more. He's like, and Joe's like, I'm not dead yet.
Oh, the thing where they're collecting bodies from during
Yeah.
the play.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this was yeah. I didn't get anything. I think the most I spent on an individual book was the $20 for that Daredevil. So I didn't get any like jaw droppers like the one I went to last year. I got Tales to Astonish 57 and 59. But and those were both way bigger than anything I got this past Sunday. But
cool.
But it was a ball because like I said it's not a tough drive. So it's really only I mean just about an hour and 15 minutes each way, and I said no, easy getting in and out. It's not overcrowded. I mean I had room to open up my notebooks and set them down while I was looking, and for the first time I think ever, I did not duplicate a book.
Wow.
All right.
Nice.
So speaking of, did you see the picture the latest one I posted of the Venkman saw it, the
DC Island,
DC Island,
Crisis Island, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the counters.
You
have the tables, little island counters.
Yeah, that was pretty clean looking. Yeah,
48 in that little space.
Wow.
Well, the good thing is that
I have to file again.
It's good they're on one spot. The bad thing is if you ever have to get one in the very bottom.
Well, the most I have to move are 3, and since they're short boxes, they're not terrible. But if down the road when I've got a couple of short boxes filled up of books that I've read, I figure out how I'm going to integrate them to the other. I've got a little bit more room. I can go like one more row for those, but yeah, I said that's the part. I said I wish I had like those things that I put the romance books in.
Yeah,
I wish they were more practical, and I wish they weren't expensive. But yeah, because they're at least you can open and close them. But I think I think I'd like to find cheap shelving. But then again,
I like whatever Jeremy Adams has. I'll have to ask him again what he has. But his is pretty cool. He can actually he's his drawer. You saw it lengthwise.
I have 20 to 50 times more books than Jeremy Adams.
No. But
if I had what he had, because they're cool, because he basically has deluxe garages. They're called. That's where they've got the box that the box slides in and out of.
Yep.
And because I saw that posting.
Yeah,
and it's really cool.
We have those at my
It's
shop.
just not practical for me.
No. And that it's me, as you can see, my boxes are stacking up more. I've got over here.
Yeah, and mine are stacking up in the closet.
And then I have like more upstairs. So it's like I'm like at the point where I'm like, I might have to start going through things and seeing like what I really want to keep and what I don't want to keep, because I don't want to become where the point where it's like I cleared out my my upstairs just to fill it back up again.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. It's like,
well, what I would recommend, if you have a place to put the things that are no longer a priority, I would do that as opposed to selling them for peanuts.
Sure.
Because you never know. I realize that most of the books I have, I will never look at again. But, I'm one of those that I am a reader and a collector. So it's hard to, to figure out where one ends and the other begins sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I also have the luxury of having all those rooms upstairs because I was too stupid to live a normal life and get married and have kids. So that's, I'd much rather have no comics in a family, but I made the bed years ago, so now I'm lying in it alone. So,
Hey, join the club, man. Join the club.
but hey, if I fall out of bed, I'll have a soft landing on a pile of comics.
There you go. You'll have stuff to read.
No, it's. But I gotta tell you, it's
be one heck of a estate sale. I'll say that.
I'm really tired of it being 90 because that room is hotter than blazes, and it cannot get cool up there. And what I didn't realize while I was in the other room sweating my ass off, Shohei Ohtani was having the best day maybe ever for a baseball player. Did you see what he did today?
Oh, the guy hit 50 something.
He stole his 49th and 50th base.
Yeah.
He hit his 49th, 50th, and 51st home run, which had never been done, and drove in 10.
Yeah, all in one day. Which
is about, I think maybe 2 people have done more than that in a game. It's he's not even human, but yeah. Cause apparently I missed the 50th home run live by like 10 seconds. He was celebrating the dugout when I went back into the other room to cool off. But
yeah, I saw it on the replay on Instagram. I said Instagram may censor your speech, but the good thing is people upload videos, and I can see sports stuff like that. Clips.
So tomorrow, I think I'm going to tackle Marvel from 2004 to 2011 when they ceased production. Because those boxes are all under a table that I now have cleared off for the first time in years, so I can actually work on them.
Okay.
Jackson, you're close to Zach. Maybe Zach can help you move some boxes.
I'm not his kid. I mean, I'll charge.
Compared to him, you are a kid.
Oh, that's true.
So,
You're not wrong.
Who knows? Maybe he has some books that he can part with, and maybe he'll give to you.
Undead. I hope I'm only half of that. I mean, kind of strange. I'll go with it. But I said I hope I'm not one of those childish weirdos Zach used to talk about.
Yeah,
I thought he meant to type Ringo, like micro Ringo. That's what I thought he was referring to.
Hey, Zach, you do have one daddy that you'll help move comics, right? That'd be up in the upper left-hand corner right there.
What? Yeah, but he lives like 2,000 miles from me.
Jeff, okay, I think you've forgotten the dynamic. I'm at the age now where they help me because I'm. My days of being. I mean, that's why I switched to short boxes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He'd help you move, is what I was saying. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm a childless weirdo too, so I think you and I might be in the same club.
Alrighty.
Somebody better have a child, because that is one pregnant pause right there.
No, I was. Because we're also streaming to Twitch, and I had a bot show up there. So when I go right, this is the dumb thing I hate about Twitch. If I'm not viewing Twitch, through the thing, and as a moderator, and I'm in the app, I go in there. The messages don't show up. The previous messages don't show up on there like they with YouTube. So I can't go block a bot that's in there. But whatever. Anyway. If you guys haven't subscribed, you should do that now because it is just amazing what we got coming up for you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm looking at the next issue of Avengers. I believe it's 162 with the bride of Ultron.
Frankenstein? Oh, Ultron.
Also, that'll be their second reading. The first reading we're going to be doing over on there is going to be X-Men 171. Rogue joins the X-Men. We'll be joined by my friend Cheryl's is going to join, reading his Rogue. So, and Ronald Rogue should be making his whatever debut that is, because he can't do the second reading, but he'll in the first reading. So, just going to have some new people reading with us tomorrow. And no Trusty, though. Trusty's busy. So, anyway, Zach, you should come back and you should read with us again. But since you're not available, since you're available on Sundays now, apparently.
No. Who said I was available on Sundays?
Well, you read the cover ranking on Sunday.
Yeah, late on Sunday, not when y'all do anything.
What do you mean? We do it late all the time on Sundays.
What time do you do? No, because like I have church from like 6 to 8.
In the morning?
No, I mean yeah, in the morning, but then also at night.
You go back during the same. What?
Yeah. Churches do that. They have Sunday night service.
Well, you usually go to the morning service. So you don't have to do the late night service.
I do both.
I could make so many jokes right now.
I guess when you give up TV, that's what you do. But anyway.
Did you give up TV, Zach?
No, I didn't give up TV. I don't know where he got that.
I'm just trying to make sense of why you would do that. But anyway.
Because they don't make Zach as racist jokes at church. They invite me to play pickleball.
They don't do it in front of you, probably, but they probably do.
Look, I think I was very... I think I was very understated tonight. All I said was Zach like this power, man. That's all I said.
It's very subtle. That was classy. That was one of the classier ones.
Hey, and I didn't make any comments about you all day today, so at least I don't think I did.
Alrighty, guys. Subscribe, hit the like button, and check out stuff. We got readings coming up all the way through tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then stop back here again next week for the top 5, and we'll go through this whole little shindig on Thursday, the best of the weeks. Something for everybody and every day. But there is apparently a lot of comics. There is no cover ranking tonight because I think it's his night off.
No, we decided we weren't going to do it during football, except for
so
Sunday night football too. But
so it's his night off. So,
yeah.
Which doesn't really explain why he could have streamed after. But oh well. Anyway, I
checked. No one noticed. I think there were 3 people watching. And I might have been one of the 3 when I was checking.
That's okay. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys had fun. All right, later, guys. And
bye, everybody.
Have a nice day.
Good night.